Hello and welcome to the Master's Table. Look at this spread over here today. Now this is somewhat fairly healthy, isn't it?
I mean, it can be. It can. No, yeah. I guess you could say it is. I mean, it's not like real bad for you.
Yeah, we got veggies.
Look at that one. You know the ones I had the other week. Look at that.
Yep. So that is garlic.
Yep, we love garlic.
Yep. Tell our ingredients. What it is. What it is.
What it is. I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. It ain't. This is going to be a Mexican or Hispanic style chicken soup. I'm going to try to, I found some authentic recipes and I try to go by that and see. I'm going to get as close as we can. We're going to try to make a real chicken soup today. And it's going to be good. So what we're going to do, Tina, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We've been making some tortillas for that. And I'm going to drop these in here. This is just simple as taking you some corn tortillas and just slicing them up and dropping them and give them just I don't know, man, 30 seconds or so and give them a flip and get them out. But we're going to go over these ingredients. We got chicken. We got a whole lot of goodness. I know it looks like a lot, but just stay with us. It's really not a lot. It looks like we got a bunch of extra stuff.
A bunch of seasoning.
Yeah, a lot of seasoning, a lot of goodness. A lot of goodness. Look at that. I mean, that's for real right there.
Hot.
We're going to find out. We love y'all. We'll be right back on the Master Table. Well, here we are. We're right back. I told y'all we was coming right back. And this is a good one right here, brothers and sisters. Tina's going to go ahead and get these tortilla strips left out of the way, and then we're going to move this water. We already went ahead and got some water. I'm going to talk about how much we put in there. But I just didn't want to waste a whole lot of time standing here waiting on 12 cups of water to start boiling. I mean, we're going to dump some ingredients in there.
You can tell a bedtime story.
Tina would talk you to death. In that length of amount of time, but she had that much to talk. When they would get her to be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Miss Cleveland, thank you so much.
Uh-oh. Right. You left one.
No tortilla left behind. Look at her. Okay, you got it.
I'm going to salt these up.
All right, I'm going to see. I can't grab that. Let me get me a towel. I'm going to get this out of your way. We're going to get this out of your way.
Get the salt. I want to salt that.
We'll set this over here. If you smell anything burning, it's the tortillas that's left. I'm just going to use this to transfer this to get it over here out of the way.
If you do not want to do these on your own, you can buy like the tortilla strips that you put on salads and things like that. But it is much better if you do it on your own. Yeah, and you could. I mean, you can even buy the bag tortillas, the chips. You know, if that's what you wanted. Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Variation. That's the key to everything.
Okay, Miss Cleveland, we got to get out to this. We got a lot of stuff, and I got some stuff. I got to prep right here. Can I teach you how to boil water?
Nope. So
you just put it in here and cut it on high.
I know you don't really mean that. If you really mean that, I'm fixing to walk off.
Oh my goodness.
I do know how to boil water.
I'm just kidding. I'm aggravating you. I love you. You don't know what I do without you. It'd be kind of boring here without you. I'm gonna put just a little generous pinch of salt in there now. As that comes up, and I got that on that power boil, maybe that'll come on up. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this onion. This is kind of, I guess you call this the star of the show today. I covered it up because I was setting it out trying to get prepped and get everything out. This is, I cheated, I went and bought some rotisserie chicken. And there ain't nothing wrong with going to the big box store, and you get these things for just $4 or $5 at the big box store.
Yep.
Go ahead and shred it, and that way, if you want to boil this, that's fine. If you want to boil your own chicken, I love these because they're already done.
And they have flavor.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
They add that flavor.
We ain't got to make soup to eat that.
That's right.
But I'm gonna start with this onion. Like I said, we're fixing to drop a whole lot of goodness in here, and I was gonna do all this on the front side, but I just didn't have time. But we're not gonna chop this up like real small because we want to know we got some stuff in our soup. So I'm just going to kind of work through this because we need to let that water, being I'm teaching you how to boil water to...
I'm boiling.
Look, did you realize that's one thing that you can't burn right there?
Yeah.
You can let that...
I know, you probably could. I probably could.
I know you could. I know you could. Recipe calls for onion. It calls for a medium size, I think a medium size onion. So I'm just going to give this, I'm going to slide them on and cut them up just yet.
Don't use that end piece.
What?
That first end piece.
Oh, it's fine.
No.
That? You don't want me to use that?
That one.
That one?
Yeah.
You don't want the stem in there? It's okay. Let's just go ahead and put these. We're just going to go ahead and start dropping them. Like I say, you could cut these smaller. And let me say this, like I always tell you, brothers and sisters, if you don't like onions, you can kind of slack off on this. But I'm going to tell you, when all this cooks down, you ain't gonna really know that these onions are in there. So.
But you'll know because it gives it a good taste.
It's just flavor. Yeah, we just want to build flavor. That's all we're doing. We're starting out with these vegetables, and we're just building some flavor. I mean, I guess you could just use that right there and just make your onion soup if you wanted to. We can drop that piece in there. Like I say, we just want to go ahead, and when that comes up to a boil, we want to keep that at a rolling boil because we got more stuff we're gonna put in here. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and cut down some of this celery, and y'all don't know.
See, you could have done the whole thing without that.
Recipe calls for a stem. These are small, so I'm gonna put a couple of them in here. It's not a lot, Miss Cleveland, and like I said, it's all gonna cook. Just at least give me a chance before you count me out, okay? Just a little chance. Come on,
not when it comes to that.
Y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. Y'all know how she is. Y'all don't watch her long enough. Y'all know how she is. She stays on me about this cooking, about this celery especially. But if it was something sweet now.
Grass with stems.
Yes, you don't like the grass. Yeah, you really ain't gonna like some of this grass I'm gonna put in here.
No,
but this is a big pot of. This is gonna be a big pot of soup, and this really.
Did you mean to have that on?
No, you can go ahead and cut that one off. That's where I had the other pot sitting a while ago, while we was prepping. I'm just trying to keep cleaned up as I go.
Yeah, that's all right.
You gonna be all right with this jalapeno? Okay. Okay, we're gonna see. So you want to go ahead? I mean, if you really like it spicy, I guess you could.
No, I didn't say that. I just said I like.
I'm just talking general to my brothers and sisters out there. If you really want it spicy, you can leave all those onions. I mean, onions, all those seeds on the inside, but we're gonna remove them because we can always spice it up. You can always add heat, but boy, it's hard to get it out of there if you're not careful. You can get too much, especially for me. I don't like a whole lot of heat. Now my mom, y'all remember my mom? She was with us a while back on the Christmas show. She showed her secret icing and red velvet cake. Now she likes it hot.
She likes it hot, and then she wants to talk about having heartburn.
I know, but she loves it hot. And there ain't nothing wrong. Some people love it hot. But Mom, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I'm gonna leave all the hot stuff to you. Now y'all say I'm just giving all this just kind of a little bit of a rough chop. Nothing special. There ain't nothing special about what I'm doing. And I guess I could have went ahead and really done all this on the front end, but I really didn't want to because I didn't want to just dump it and then boil you to death. So we're gonna go ahead and cut all these. I'm gonna cut those ends off those onions.
Onions. No. How many does it cost?
This is just a bunch. I don't know if it costs 4
or 5.
It says a bunch. I mean, I'm just using a bunch. I mean, like I'm calling this little. This is just like a bunch, not a whole bunch, but just a little rubber band bunch.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So this is just a few green onions. And like I say, if you don't like a whole lot of onion, or don't like the green onions, you don't have to put them in there. I don't know how many times I got to keep telling y'all these recipes. You know, the food police get on to me all the time about recipes and don't do this, but you got to make it the way you like it. If you like a lot of onions, put a whole lot of onions in there. And if you don't put no onions. Don't put no pepper. Don't put no heat if you don't like it. But this is.
Then you won't have that type of soup.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm just saying, you know, the variations is endless. I mean, you could add or subtract what you wanted to according to what you like. Now,
so I have an easier way to cut that pepper.
I know, Tina. Don't nobody like the way I cut peppers. But you know what? I'm the one got the knife. So, and don't forget, because
I might can teach you something about that.
I'm sure you can teach me a lot of things. Matter of fact, you older than me. You done taught me a bunch of things. So.
Yeah.
Go on, talk right there, Miss Cleveland.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Everybody knows because I'm more mature than you are.
That's debatable. That's according to who you talk to. I'm gonna take you to the Lord in prayer. I'll get on to you about that. Ain't God good though?
Yep.
God is. I tell you, brothers.
God's
and sisters,
showing out right now in our life.
He really continues to open doors.
I shouldn't say showing out.
He's always
shows out all the time.
Well, he does show out all the time, but
sometimes
you know he's
extra.
I'm gonna tell you, when you ask God to use you,
You better watch out.
You better be careful what you pray for, because I'm telling you right now, I've asked God, and this has been one of my prayers, is God to expand my territory, and that's exactly what He's doing. God has been good to us. We have opportunities before us that never could have happened without God. When you see God work like that, you can't deny it.
Now wait a minute. You don't put that white in there.
Tina, you can get. I got most of that out. It's okay. It's all cooking. You ain't eating this raw.
Because it's got them seeds in it.
Tina, it's just it's flavor.
You done run it.
No, well, you know what? me and the crew will eat this right here. I'll eat your bowl.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'll eat yours. All right, so I left those ends off because those ends were a little bit dry. Just trying to keep some of the mess. All right, beans we got that far. I'm gonna go ahead. This is a teaspoon of black pepper. This is a teaspoon of cumin. We got I'm gonna put the garlic in there in a minute. It says 2 tablespoons. This is 2 heaping tablespoons, because I like the chicken bouillon, so I like that flavor. That's 2 heaping, and you can give that a little stir if you want to, Miss Cleveland.
I was just thinking that.
And then we're getting ready to add these peppers right here. I gotta kind of cut the ends off and get the seeds out of these. Let's just see what we can do with these right here. These are dried, and I ain't even gonna try to call tonight. I'm gonna let you look at the bag. I couldn't even find these last night. I had to go down to the grocery store. They didn't have these in the big box. But I'm gonna get the seeds and the stem out of this. I'm gonna let you.
I don't know.
Okay, if y'all can see that right there, that name right there, that's what these are. I mean, I ain't even gonna try. I wish I had one of my buddies that worked with me. He could tell me.
Big
they're dry. They're in the
brown.
You can find them in the international section in the Hispanic food.
Yeah, we need Jorge to tell us.
Yeah, if Jorge was here, Jorge, where you at when I need you, brother? It's my buddy at work. He keeps me straight, and he brings me They bring me a whole lot. These guys at work give me a whole lot of good food. They give me lots of good ideas and inspire me on some of these recipes like this. But Tina had we was at a local restaurant on Sunday after church, and she tried a soup, and it kind of gave us the idea to cook this soup. So
yeah, it was good.
We're gonna try this out and see.
Very filling.
And if there's a soup or something in particular you'd like for us to cook, I'm gonna tell you like I always tell you, reach out to us and let us know. And if you're waiting on some seasonings or waiting on a recipe, just be patient with us. We've had a whole lot going on lately, and I haven't forgot about you. I see most of them, and if it's been a minute and I haven't got back with you, reach out to me again, because it's very, very likely that maybe I didn't get the message. So just don't think I've skipped out on you and forgot about you. But we try to answer every email, every phone call, or somebody calls. I thank y'all for your support, and I'm just gonna say that one more time. We really, really, really appreciate y'all. We appreciate the support and everybody reaching out to us. Never would have dreamed in a million years we'd be doing this. So would you, Tina? I mean, it's just another one of those God things. I mean, it's just amazing what God does. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me. He's good, brothers and sisters. He is so good. All right, that's 2 of them kind of peppers. I'm just gonna call them kind of peppers. So we got
peppers.
We got the peppers in there. Let me go ahead and get my fix on today. We'll go ahead and do some garlic. What?
I was looking for the avocado.
It's over there.
Yeah, I know.
That's just a garnish. It's not going in. Okay.
I bet it could though.
You just get that garlic right there. Let me get you some more. I mean, I guess you could put it in there. It's just gonna be like a garnish.
It's okay. I like avocado dip.
Well, and so I don't really like guacamole, but when I make it myself, when you make it homemade, and it's really good. So I can eat that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it out, I don't really like it.
I used to not like it. Taylor got me to where
Okay, knock it off one more time, Miss Cleveland. We got our garlic going. Boy, I tell you right now, this is a.
I mean, this is a very filling.
You could really put the brakes on right there, I guess, if you wanted to, but we ain't done. We ain't done.
Yeah.
Calls for 1 can of tomatoes. You can use whatever, the ice whole. Y'all know me. If you've watched this show any before in recipes, I'm all about these fire roasted tomatoes. I love those. It called for a can, And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like them so much, I'm putting 2. Cause I love the tomatoes and I love the flavor it gives. So we're going with 2 cans now. Recipe, I know you, well, Brother Frankie, you ain't going by the recipe. Well, told y'all, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to make it your own. So
the recipe is a basic.
It's just a good guide.
That's guide.
Right. That's right.
See, that's fits and make me sneeze.
We ain't even put no Creole in it yet.
I know.
Oh me. All right, this is a whole can of sweet whole kernel corn. You notice I said sweet.
Told you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's that pepper getting you. And thank you for rinsing these beans. This is 1 can of black.
I like to never got all them
beans.
back in there.
Tina, what am I gonna do with you? Lord, how many y'all? And Tina, here's your favorite. Calls for 2 bay leaves, and I know some people don't like the bay leaves, but these right here are dried. And they'll
I just don't understand
they'll turn back into. It's just a flavor that comes out of them. I got a friend that I follow online, and he sends me some recipes. He does not like. He's cooking all kind of authentic Cajun food all the time, and he does not like the bay leaves. He'll tell you right quick, throw that out there in the
I
long
agree
grass.
with him.
He don't like the bay leaves, but I like the bay leaves in certain things. But then again, you know.
I mean, do they stay in here? They stay in here? You don't take them out?
You let them cook. Just let that come back up to a boil. And I guess his thing on that is kind of like mine. If you're going to stick to being like real authentic, it ought to be authentic. But that's the reason why I say this is a authentic style. But the recipe actually calls for the bay leaves, so that's the reason why I put them in there. That's the only reason why I put them in there. But
it looks good.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of flavor in there, and this is one of those recipes, you know, far as like seasoning, you got to let this, like I said, we won't let that come back up. Just let it sit just for a minute, and let it come up to a good boil. Matter of fact, I ought to cover it just for a second, make it boil a little bit quicker. But we're gonna let this come up to a boil, and this is one of these soups when it comes. Of course, you want to let it boil long enough, you know. I'd say 15, 20 minutes to make sure you got all your vegetables done, and you know we're gonna put the chicken in a minute, but. You want your vegetables done, but this is one of those dishes, you know, the longer it cooks, the better it gets.
So you could do it in the crock pot?
You could do this in the crock pot.
Make it in this and then put it in the crock pot and let it sit all day.
You could put it all in there. Yeah, you could dump it all in the crock pot and cut it on low.
I love crock pot recipes.
Yep. Can't burn them up, can you?
Well, no, you just don't you don't have to be in the kitchen very long.
Well, that's true. What's that mean? That mean you don't like being in the kitchen? Well, evidently you like being in the kitchen because you with me a lot in the kitchen.
No.
Yeah, well, I will say that.
Because I have to be.
You are pretty good. You are a pretty good cleaner, Miss Cleveland.
Yep.
I will say that. Let me give this one more good rinse. I just cut up those vegetables on there, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and cut some of these limes and start on that avocado before we have to go to break in a minute. I want to get that up to a boil. I want to put this chicken in there, and actually, when it comes up to a boil, we get it to a good boil. I just want to taste and see if it needs a little more, chicken bouillon. You can use the powder. You can use chicken stock, chicken broth. You can use. I like that paste, that bouillon paste you can buy. It's better than bouillon or something bouillon. I forgot what it is. You can find it in any grocery store, and it's really good because you can it's a concentrated amount, and you can mix it and make your own. That's what I like about this. This got a lot of sodium in it. You got to be careful with that, but it's you can make it as rich.
Does that come with no sodium?
I don't know. I guess you could get the. I know you can buy the low sodium bouillon, but I don't know about this one. But maybe the salt what gives it a lot. But it just has a good rich flavor the more you add. Just me. It's all in what you like, what you want to taste. All right, that's coming up. Let's give that just about another minute, Tina.
It looks pretty.
It smells good. What I can smell. See if those tortillas, grab one of those tortillas and see if they're crunchy enough now that they done cooled off. So I told you those don't have to cook long. See there?
Yeah, that's good.
See, I heard everybody all across TV land has heard that.
I didn't break my crown.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we don't want you to go back and to get another crown. Lord have mercy. Y'all.
That's what it is.
No, it wasn't that. It was like he licked his thumb about 2 or 3 times, and he just kept on. Lord have mercy. It's okay.
We're in the wrong business.
Yeah. Yeah, we could talk about that all day long. But you know what? I ain't even gonna grumble, because God gave us the ability. What? I'm just getting them. Tina, all I done was cut up vegetables. I ain't cut no meat. I ain't touched no meat. You bad as the food police today. Well, what am I going to do with you? Lord have mercy. Good gracious. We just gonna...
Conspiracy.
I know how you are. I got to watch you. I got to keep my eye on you at all times. It's all right. This is our kitchen, our food. We're going to... Tina, I'm going to tell you.
Now, I've heard, talking about avocado, I think we've always kept avocado in the fridge, but it says not to.
I don't know. I don't know how hard this one's going to be. I don't know how to tell how ripe they are or not they are.
Okay, do something with it.
Okay, so that's what we wanted. I wanted it to come up to that good boil. We wanted it to come up to a good boil, and we're going to go ahead and dump this. This was a whole rotisserie chicken, plus a little bit of another.
That's a lot.
I gave Marley some of it last night when I went ahead and deboned it last night. But you know, we
saw you.
We want a lot. See, that's all right. I know. Me and Marley was doing it up in the kitchen last night. Now, see, what I want to do is just, and I know it's not quite done yet, but we're gonna let it cook a little bit more. But I want to take one of these spoons. I just want to taste of that. There ain't nothing raw like no meat or nothing, because that rotisserie chicken's already cooked.
Mm-hmm. But I would like the vegetables like softer.
That's pretty good. It might need a little bit of salt, but I'm gonna have to let somebody else just got a little bit better taste than me. See how much salt it might need.
I mean, actually, this is pretty healthy.
I mean, yeah, you know, other than the...
I mean, it's just vegetables and...
Other than the sodium,
chicken.
the sodium content, it would be the thing. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of them.
Now, I just thought, do you put cheese on it?
I mean, you could. I mean, you could put anything you wanted to on it when you could garnish it with anything. I'm gonna put another tablespoon of the chicken. I just want to give it a little more flavor. It needs a little bit more. And I don't know, and I guess you could put a little, we could put just a little, no, I ain't got no Creole. This is just a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit. Watch this.
But cayenne is worse than Creole.
Right there, I just put that's 1/8 of a teaspoon. We didn't put much. I mean, I could have put that in there. I mean, I could have shown up, jacked it up. Miss Cleveland.
All right, so we fixing to take this bay leaf out.
No, we got to let it cook. We're going to let this cook for a while. Let
I'll
it set.
take it out when you ain't looking.
No, I know you will. Let it set for Tina. Quit.
I'm just trying to get it right.
Quit playing with your food. We're going to let this come up to another good boil, and then we're going to cut it down. We're going to let it simmer for a while. 30 minutes, hour. If you cut it way down on simmer, you can let it cook for a while. But once your vegetables is done, it's done. So I'm gonna put this top on. We got to get out of here and take a quick break. We're gonna let this cook for a little bit, and we're gonna be right back.
Yep, stay with us.
On the master's table. Well, welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm just getting a little bit of garnish ready for this soup. We've been letting this cook for a little while, and I don't know, maybe let it cook a little bit longer. It's been going for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, 15, 20 minutes or so. I'm going to take this off. Let me go ahead and give you a tip of the day. Anytime you want to add a little bit different of a kick of flavor or a little bit of zest in something, always have your lime or lemon handy. You can squeeze a little bit of lime or lemon, especially lemon, on just about any dish and just create a good taste for it. So just if you're looking for a little something different with a little tang or a little bit of different bite, just squeeze that lemon on any dish.
Amen. Good.
So there, look at that, Miss Cleveland. So I'm going to go ahead and be plating me up some of this, and you go ahead and give your verse of the day.
Well, I love this because I was just at a women's conference this past weekend, and it was really good. And one thing I was trying to stress is that as women, sometimes that we don't feel like we're worthy of what God put in us or what we're made for. Or so I was looking at this morning, and I love it. It's Psalm 139, 13 through 15. For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Every person on this earth was intricately woven and is here for a reason. And boy, I just got chills just saying that.
That's good.
Boy, God loves you, and I'm fixing to get teary.
Yeah. He has a purpose. he has a purpose.
Yep.
And it's up to you to figure out what that purpose is. God has something for everybody.
Yep.
Well, all right, before you start crying, we're going to try out the soup.
I can't believe this.
God's good, and He'll save you anywhere, anytime. Tina, put me just a couple of those tortillas on there. Just grab it, there you go, just sprinkle a little bit. I want to garnish this up a little bit. I got some fresh cut avocado, and I'm going to squeeze me just a little bit of lime, and we're going to eat this up. So if you like soup, try this one. And make sure to join us next time right here on the Master's Table.
We love you.